can't deny it. I'm a fucking rider.
Come on, boy, 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 boy.
Y'all can't deny it. Y'all can't deny it.
Come on, boy, 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 boy.
Y'all can't deny it. I'm a fucking rider.
Come on, boy, 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 boy.
You don't wanna fuck with me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot spot,
Yeah.
boy, y'all.
That's right.
Doing right,
Yeah.
die world.
Yo.
Catch me at the hot spot, hot fox, stop clock at the bar, y'all, all night. I pop, is it alright? Show you right, can't stop it, this is our world. Me and my girls, you catch me at the hot spot, hot fox, stop clock at the bar, y'all, all night. I pop, is it alright? Show you right, can't stop it, this is our world. Me and my girl, yeah.
On to the next, got money in my pocket. Put your hands up if tonight you try rock it. On to the next, got money in my pocket. Put your hands up, put your hands up.
Said my niggas don't dance, they just pull up my pants and do the rock away. Now lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. Come on, I said my niggas don't dance, they just pull up my pants and do the rock away. Now lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. Come on.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Come on, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Come on, put your hands up. Put your hands up. On to the next, got money in my pocket. Put your hands up if tonight you try rock it.
Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
All the single ladies, 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 all the single ladies. Put your hands up, up in the club, just up. I'm doing my own little thing. You decided to dip, and now you wanna trip 'cause another brother noticed me. I'm up on him, he up on me. Don't give him any attention. Just cry my tears, get 3 good kiss, can't bring that at me. 'Cause if you like it, then you should've put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should've put a ring on it. Don't be mad what you say that he want it. If you like it, then you should've put a ring on it.
Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello Nuka. I got so thrown off by that upside down text. I was like, I don't read. I thought I was broken. Oh, that got me. But no, I am not. I just exist. we are summertime sadnessing by continuing DICENTRA. By continuing DICENTRA, our gothic horror visual novel. And why am I in this mode and doing this game? Yes, Halloween and spookies are all year round, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me from doing all my spookies, even if the sun is out, because no, I'm not going out in the sun. But yeah, if it's been a while since we've played this, I think last time, well, one time we died because we got caught, and then we restarted. And then we didn't restart, we continued from save point. And then we lost one of our ghost friends, the gardener, which was really sad. It was really sad to lose like the gardener. But yeah, we're learning more about the girl that we're trapped with. I forgot her name. Our name is Basil. We are a dog. We are a wolf pup. That's all I remember. But I also accidentally saw a spoiler of like one of the other things that get added to the start screen. And I'm just like, oh no. But I am here for continuing this game and I'm ready to cry. We're just here for cozies. Cozies before vacation. So buckle up, buckaroos. It's just loading, right? Oh, it's been a very hot minute since we last played. It's been since May. Oh boy. Yeah, May 27th. Oh, okay. Damn, okay. Yeah, get comfy. As she slowly drags herself out of the kitchen, I stumble after her as well. I'm not cute. Stop it. Also, I do get occasionally scared, so like be prepared for sound warning. My whole body is tense as I watch Dove push into the study. I stay in the hallway, crushed against the wall to stay out of sight. Father. I hear a tired groan from someone just waking up. Has the witch been asleep this entire time? Ugh, what is... Well, those look nasty. Was it that old hag again? Foolish thing. Here, put this on the burns. Thank you. I can hear Dove start to shuffle out of the room. Oh yes. Is your doggy still alive? My heart stops. How? He knows about me? Tension fills the air. It's so thick that it sticks to me like honey. I barely breathe. The sound of my heart thunders in my ears. Hello, Decrepit. Hello, hello. Welcome in. It's continued cozy time. Get comfy. Don't touch him. Dove's voice comes out hard. The witch laughs in response. Nuka. Yeah, cozy. It's summertime sadness. It's spookies. Yes, get comfy. I don't remember much from where we were other than we have already lost one of our ghost buddies. We've met the father, who is a witch. And Dove is like some half witch, half something else that... Yeah, that's all I remember. Come now, darling. I'm sure you won't even remember this one after your mother returns. What? I hear stomping and draw back away from the sound. Dove bursts out of the study, eyes darting around until she finds me crouching in the dark with my tail between my legs. She bends down and gathers me into her arms, wincing from the burns all over her upper body, then quickly retreats back to her room. It's dead quiet back in Dove's room, save for the soft pitter-patter of rain against the window. Dove sits on the floor with a single candle sitting in a brass holder beside her. When she starts unbuttoning her nightgown, her eyes turn into saucers, and I snap my head away from her. I try to distract myself from staring at anything else around the room. but I'm overly conscious of the sound of rustling clothing and Dove's quiet whimpers. I see pale skin from the corner of my eye and bright red marks. I do a double take and suck in a breath at the damage Odette had done to Dove. Phantom burns cross along the expanse of her back, arms, and neck. I see her struggle to apply ointment to the burns on her back and stand up from the floor. But to do what exactly? Help her? My claws curl into my blanket. I bow my head, then curl into a ball facing away from Dove. Every time I hear her sniffle and suck in a watery breath, I have to hold back my own whine. Poor Dove. Basil just cares for Dove now. Like, Dove used to scare us, but now we just care. Ooh. The next time I wake up, it's to smoke. Something stale and acrid invades my nose and forces me out of my slumber. Then the feeling of cold, damp fur forces me awake. My eyes snap open. Gray smoke curls into the room from the hallway. A fire? The offensive odor that fills the room is not from a house fire, however. It stings my eyes and I feel tiny shocks where tendrils trail towards me. I can feel rain hitting me. The blanket I lay on is soaked with water. I turn my attention towards the window. Then jump to my feet. Why? Why? Strong gales of wind push into the room, carrying the heavy rainstorm in with it. Did she jump? Is the window open? Rain floods the floorboards and ripples from every drop that cascades in from outside. Dove stands at the wide open window, holding onto the slick frames and breathing out in panicked pants. What the alliteration! Her nightgown is drenched and her pitch black hair clings to her face and back. Her body trembles and holds unsteadily against the strong winds that slam into her. Yes, the floorboards. We are not hiding in them. Not yet. She does not look afraid in the slightest. In fact, as she looks out at the thundering sky, her wide eyes and flesh-cold cheeks make her look more alive than ever. She looks down to the ground. I wonder what Grell thought of when he fell. Did he have time to think of anything at all? Oh yeah, Grell, if you guys don't remember, or you weren't here, Grell was the ghost that was the gardener who jumped out the window and died. Yeah. Also, if you don't know this game, and you weren't here before, soft trigger warning, there's dark themes. It's not explicitly shown, but there are dark themes mentioned in the story. Did he have time to think of anything at all? My heart races. Rain beats against my face and gets in my eyes. I wonder what his real name was. And if someone out there is still looking for him. She looks back up at the gray clouds. It is dark, but that's why we're here. I am a vampire. We already knew there were dark themes involved. Also, some of you guys found me through horror games. And like very mature, dark themed story-based games too. So we knew what we were getting into getting in this channel. Babel kept taking care of the garden and filling the flower vases. It didn't know why it had to. Grell wanted to leave. It didn't know why it had to. Odette wanted to take me away from here. Dove lets out a bitter laugh. It didn't even know why. She goes quiet. The horror of disco? Disco Elysium has a whole different level of horror, though. It's like an existential crisis type of horror. A frown appears on her face. Siri. Her face goes blank. Now you're more free than I'll ever be. Dove turns away from the window and starts to climb down. Oh, we're escaping. I watch in horror as her foot slips from the rain-slicked windowsill. Oh, I save her. Save. I howl and grab the back of Dove's dress before she can fall. I throw all of my weight back and Dove stumbles backwards into the room. She shrieks when she lands on the floor right on her burns from the previous day. Violent knocking startles me. Dove! I recoil sharply when the witch breaks down Dove's door and strides into the room. Oh no! What do we do? What do we do? Do we doom ourselves? His steps make the floor quake. The second he spots Dove crouching on the floor, he drops down to her level and pulls her into his arms. Is he actually having a fatherly moment? Are you a red flag that I actually can like? Oh no. It's okay. I've got you. You're safe. Oh my god, you're a red flag that I actually can like. What? Or does he have a split personality? I'm conflicted. My heart is conflicted over this man. The smell of smoke comes off of him so strongly I cringe back. The witch strokes Dove's hair and whispers soothing words to his daughter. It would be a warm display, if not for the way Dove's entire body goes still. Her body does not move. I don't even see her breathing. Her eyes are completely hollow. Wait, did he save her just for a very specific reason? And she knows what reason? What? The only move I see her make is her eyes flickering down to something on the floor. Her fingers twitch, then they start reaching for the candle holder beside them. Dread twists my gut. I watch with terror as Dove's fingers curl around the brass object. But before anything can happen, the witch scoops up his young daughter and the candle holder slips out of her hand. The witch stands and starts to carry her out. I mean, you can carry me, sir. Let's clean those, shall we? After the two of them leave, I pad over to the windows and swing the doors closed to stop any more rain from coming in. I can't lock it myself, so this will have to do. Then I look at the state of the bedroom floor. The frame of the door and the locking mechanism hang in splinters. Jesus Christ! The storm continues to roar outside. I stand alone in the garden, soaked to the bone. All around me is decay. Without Babel's tending to keep everything alive, all the flowers and plants have started to wither. The only thing left standing still is the rose bush. Rosebud. I'm sorry, I had to. But even time is running out for it. Its petals have become a stark white. A snap makes my ear twitch. I watch silently as a rose head falls to the ground. It crumbles like ash when it hits the tiled floor. I turn away, then head back out into the rain. I don't remember how long I've been up here. I return inside the mansion. As I make my way back to Dove's room, I see her in front of the study door. The witch's shadow engulfs her. I stop at a distance, then watch as Dove presents something to her father. A cross. The one I had seen her working on. A new one? Dove nods. I hear the witch sigh. He studies the handmade cross. It's been getting quieter around here, don't you think? His question seems to catch Dove off guard. I observe the way her mouth parts slightly, but she doesn't say a word. Red eyes gaze down at her. He knows. He knows everything we've been doing. The witch starts to turn away. Very well. Off to bed with you now. Ooh. Dove steps back and the door to the study closes. Then she slowly turns and heads down the hall. I start trotting after her to catch up when something catches my attention. I slow to a stop by the door of the study. My ears twist towards the sound coming from inside the room. It sounds like the clinking of a chain. That's only one ghosty. Just like what I had heard from the first day I arrived. Ooh. Oh, we were so close to the chapter, we could have finished it. Okay, whatever. Today is outside of his routine. It's supposed to be a quiet day. Why did he have to come in here? What is this face? Is this what she... Okay, so did we switch point of views and we're now looking at Dove? Is this how she sees him? Or is this a different day? Show me what you've been working on. I swallow and ignore him. I hate it when he's like this. I try not to look at the wolf skull that emerges over his eyes. He's been using more blood caps than usual. Why bother? It's always in vain. No good. I go stiff in my seat. Jesus! No, 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 no! None of these are any good! He slams his fist on the desk and I hide my flinch. I shouldn't have entertained any of your silly ideas. Those bloody roses were the last straw. His hands ball up my notes and crumple them. I feel my body grow hot. I clench my jaw. Just ignore him. Everything he says when he gets like this means nothing. I hear a new voice emerge. Make out the little spells you want. You'll never be a witch. Never, never, never. My lip starts to wobble. His words keep repeating. I can't breathe. Don't you already hate everything? Little beasts shouldn't get greedy. Give up already. My eyes sting. Anger swells inside me. You're such a coward. What was that? I clamp my mouth shut. Like father, like daughter. Leave. I just wanted to see your work. You saw. Very well. She must be walking around by now anyways. He places a kiss on the top of my head and I go numb. Okay, maybe he is fatherly. He's just a shitty father. You know I love you, right? Yes. Finally, he slips out the door. I sit in silence, my body stiff as I try to listen for him through the walls. His footsteps echo down the hall, then I hear him speak. My love, there you are. My heart clenches. Wait! Wait, the scary ghost with her heart open with the chest exposed, like I mean her whole ribcage exposed, is the mother? My heart clenches. Immediately, I tear my focus back to myself and listen to the tap of the rain against the window instead. I run my hands over my notes, trying to smooth out the wrinkles. The ink has smudged in several places. I look up at the ceiling and take deep breaths. When Mother was around, she would tell me that I would become the strongest witch in the family. She wanted me to become everything she couldn't be. But Father, he wants me to be nothing. I stand, giving up on today's studying. It feels like it's gotten late. The wolf barely had any energy today. I don't think he's been sleeping well, and the humidity the past couple of days definitely hasn't helped. He spent the whole day flopped over the floor, smelling like a wet dog. I step out into the hallway. I start on the path to my room. The moon casts a pale light through the windows in the hallway. Part of it shines on the paintings that line the walls. I pause for a moment. Beautifully done things. Father loves these paintings so much. I bring my head up to the canvas, then drag my nails across it as hard as I can. Okay, you know what? You go off, girl. Go off. I can't find Dove. I've gotten used to seeing Dove first thing in the morning every day. To not see her immediately after waking up dislodges a heavy weight in my throat that settles deeply in my stomach. Admitting that I need her around doesn't make me feel any better. The emptiness I feel makes me shoot to my feet. What? The emptiness I feel makes me shoot to my feet, my eyes frantically flicking to every corner of the room in search of Dove. Something feels horribly wrong. My gaze, filled with panic, swings to the door. It sits closed and secured. I let out a brief sigh of relief, but the pressure in my chest does not lessen. The door clacks noisily against the frame, drawing my attention to it. It can no longer close properly after the damage the witch had done to it. My night was spent tossing and turning restlessly because of it. It wasn't the noise that troubled me, but the absence of security in what was once the closest thing to safety in this place. I steel myself, and slip out the door. I've searched every square inch of the mansion I could reach. Every cobwebbed corner, every shadow under the tables, but still, no trace of Dove. I sprint up and down the hall, not caring about the loud creaking under my steps. I mentally recall the past couple days in my head. Today should be a quieter one, so I can afford to run around recklessly without fear. The longer time goes by without finding Dove, the more panic builds within me. A high-pitched whine escapes my throat. Where are you, Dove? Is she hurt? Why can't I find her anywhere? My trot down the hallway slows to a stop. My ears go limp and my wide eyes begin to burn as they drop to the dusty floor. Is Dove gone? Oh dear. I go still. Wandering around without your guardian angel, little pup. I twist my neck to look behind me. Perhaps she's hiding after being punished. My blood runs cold. I spin around to fully face the boy, peeling back. What? Pardon? Boo? Hi, Addy? Belle, what? Hello, Belle. Hello, Honeybee. Hello, Lord Pingu. Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid, Honeybee. Do you go by Honey or do you go by Bee? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, thank you. And thank you for the follow, Honeybee. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Kerbo. Wait, firstly, why are you guys awake? Smelly Bee? Oh, okay, we go by Bee? Okay. She goes by Bee. Pingu, I don't think she goes by Baby. Call me whatever. Most people just call me True. What? Stress. Don't ask questions. DBD time? Oh my god, okay. Yeah, I'm questioning why you guys are awake. Okay, okay. Okay, Honeybee. Okay, I do like Honeybee though. I could call you Honeybee. But thank you for the raid. If you and I hope you had a firstly, hope you had a good stream. Secondly, if your raiders want to raid and dash, that is also okay. I told her to raid you because I love you and you're adorable. Stop! Stop it! No! Belt shut the fuck up. We are awake because we are psychos. Wait, are you all in European time? You guys, what? Thank you for the follow, Lord Pingu. Thank you. I like Basil. You can like Basil. Basil's not the boy. The boy's name that's on the main screen right now is called The Boy. Basil is like the pup over here. We usually are Basil the point of view of a wolf pup. Yeah. We're all from the UK. Why are you all awake? Dude, it's like 2 a.m. Herbo and Bell recommended you. Oh, okay. I thank you for the recommendation. I will take care of you guys. This is like, if you guys want to raid and dash and go to sleep, this is actually the perfect stream because we're just playing a gothic horror visual novel where I unfortunately have to voice all the characters. Yeah, this isn't the beginning. This is partway through. Essentially, we're playing Basil the wolf pup and we're trapped in this haunted mansion, and the one that found us is Dove, a half witch girl, half I don't know what the other half is. This is her brother, the boy. Her dad is the witch. Her dad is hot. Dove is also cute as shit. I love visual novels. Yes, you'll find yourself quite at home here. I usually have a visual novel going on a week. I also I do very story-driven, story-heavy games. Also, oh my god, I should introduce myself. My name is Addy. I am a cozy comfort vampire, and cozy comfort, I mean, again, like I said, I do a lot of stories. I do a lot of shitty voice acting. It's what I do. 3 a.m. in 15 minutes. I can math. This type of stream gives me the best sleep ever, but only when Addy does it. You're welcome. Yeah, I do. There's like, as Belle knows, and Kerbo occasionally knows, there's a lot of story-based games. I'm going to get some sleep. Enjoy the stream. Good. See, someone self-caring. Good night, Bingo. Good night, or good morning. Sleep well. Remember to stretch and hydrate, though. But yeah, if you guys need to raid and dash, go to sleep. Go relax. Go stretch, hydrate. Maybe I should self-care. Yes, you should. It's a rule here. Now that you're in the stream, you have to follow my rules, Kerbo. Rule number 8, self-care. That's ironic? Don't know. It's perfect because you're here. You are in Addy's channel. You self-care. But I want to listen to the Addy. Yeah, you can fall asleep to me. Just put me on in the background. It'll be like perfect sleepy because I am just reading. I'm gonna sleep too. Good night. Have a good stream. Thank you. Sleep well. Hydrate. Stretch. Do your post-stream self-care and sleep. I just drink water, so my self-care is complete, bro. Belle, you also need to sleep. It's too early. No, you don't know why self-care is ironic for me? Oh, okay. That's okay. But you should. I'm not tired. I will make you tired. You know this. You usually fall asleep halfway through. Don't raid anyone loud so I don't get jump scared. I usually don't. I either keep the same vibes or I don't raid. I try to keep it consistent. I'm very good. I try to be very good at it. So yeah, if you're a person that doesn't tend to fall asleep easily or needs some sound to fall asleep, I am the right place. Again, if I do raid, it is 2 similar vibes. I'm not, that's why I asked. Okay. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, Kerbo, I don't think you made it to an end of my stream, which is fair because it's too early for you. But yeah, don't worry, I keep the vibes the same. We take care of ourselves. Yes, good night, but good night to all of you British debuffs. I hope it's not too hot. I hope you guys are hydrating. Sleep. This is your sleep aid. If you want to put it on your phone, if you want to keep it on the PC speakers or whatever, and keep it on low volume. The only thing that's going to be loud is the occasional, like, violin chord here and there on this game, but that's about it. We keep vibes. I breathe. Anyways, I spin around to fully face the boy, peeling back my lips to reveal the points of my teeth. The boy's eyes widen, causing me to falter for a moment. His mouth stretches into a sinister grin. My body quickly tenses to prevent myself from recoiling at the sight. Ah, how cute. You must like her. I hold my breath as the boy begins to stalk towards me. He holds his hands behind his back, his menacing gaze feeling like toxic spiders crawling all over me. I catch a quick glance at something he holds. It looks like a white dress? That might be a first, I think. Dove's been misbehaving a lot lately. My guess is that it's all your fault. Hello, Pirata. Hello. Addy, cute, Kerbo, cute, Belle's sweetie. Hi, Pirata. Stop spreading lies about us. It's all your fault. I yelp and scurry away from the boy. He draws back and places a hand on his hip. A yawn pries open his jaws, and I crouch on the ground, feeling like a string pulled so taut it's on the verge of snapping. You don't think I'm sweet? What the fuck? No, you are sweet. Are you a sweetie, though? That's 2 different things. But, Belle, you're like... I don't know, you are awake at the oddest of hours, and you spread love and good vibes. And, like... You do art for, like, free. I do like sweet tea. Belle, we're British. Or we're British. You're British, and I am part of the Commonwealth. I know what iced tea is. It means the same thing to us. He looks down at me with narrowed eyes before throwing something onto me. It's because I also am a vampire. This is fair. This is fair. This is very fair. We share a bloodline. Or a blood bond. Blood bond, that's what I meant. I flinch in alarm when my vision is suddenly shrouded. Pass this to our dear little dove for me, won't you? I hastily untangle myself free from the fabric. Blood bond with Addy, let's go. Yeah. I share my blood bag with you. When I look up, the boy's eyes are glued to the white dress. I fixed a tear in it for her. Though, really, I should just throw this out after the mess Hypatia made of it. My ears stand up. That name again. Hypatia. The boy sighs. Little dove would throw a temper tantrum if I were to do that, however. Is the game a little loud? If the game's a little loud, I'll turn it down. Like, I have the volume at a decent volume in my ears, so... I look down at the simple white nightgown. My head tilts as I observe the crudely sewn patches that cover the gown. It's easy to spot the section that was fixed by a witch. It's flawlessly mended. I look up at the boy again. And he's gone. I drag my paws into the bedroom with Dove's dress between my teeth and drop it onto the floor. I still haven't found her. My eyes flicker over to the window again. Oh my god, I forgot to do the thing. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, we do this and then the other thing. There we go. Okay, yeah. Show love to Honeybee. I forgot I didn't have mods. My mods usually do this for me. Oh. I forgot my mods are running late today. My eyes flicker over to the window again. Still closed and secure. I start to whine. Where are you, Dove? I pace around the room. My nails tap lightly on the floor. I sniff loose sheets of paper and books, but the entire room is already filled with the overwhelming scent of old paper and floral decay. I suck in a deep breath and let out a long howl in distress. Thank you for the care package, decrepit. Thank you. Oh my god, my hip isn't as bad. I'm not that old. At least not today. The 3 centuries are not catching up today. Haha. Thank you. I suck in a deep breath and let out a long howl in distress. Where? Hush. I perk up at the sound of Dove's raspy mumble. Why are you being so noisy? I instantly turn towards the direction of her voice, and I face her bed. My eyes grow to the size of saucers. Has she been in her bed this entire time? Look, when the depression takes hold, you stay in bed, okay? It's a safe place. I leap for the curtains of the canopy, latching onto them with my teeth. And I yank them open. Dove hisses from the light that disturbs the darkness she lies in. I stand up on my haunches, desperate to make sure she's really there. My whole body chills. My claws curl into the rumpled bedsheets at the foot of the bed. Oh, sweet Dove! Dove squints at me in confusion. Hanging from the ceiling of the canopy, a cluster of dolls swing. That's the sound? Ooh, that's creepy! That's creepy! I like it. But that's creepy! But I like it. And stare. I can see the white bones of their little heads twitch and wobble as they look down upon me. Their beady black eyes are devoid of any soul, yet I feel a weight pressed down on me from their gaze. Their dresses are elaborate, but the exposed parts of their bodies are roughly wilted and splintered, tied together with twine that bleeds red. Chunks of hardened skin and scraps of stiff fur cling to the bones that make up the dolls. Animal bones. I swallow and breathe shallowly. These had to have been made by the witch. Between the dolls, I spot dried flowers tangled in the strings that suspend them. I suppose the smell of dead lilacs is more favorable than the smell of rotting flesh. Dove pushes herself up onto her elbows, and I stiffen when I hear her wince. She shifts more into the light, her sleeves pulling back in the process. Crawling from the tips of her fingers all the way up to her shoulders are shallow cuts that crisscross all over the expanse of her skin. For those of you that do not have Twitch Turbo or have subscribed, there will be an ad in about 40-ish seconds. I will probably pause the story and grab more water. But yeah, just letting you know. Punished. It's okay. I won't be continuing the story. You'll just have an ad for a minute, and I'll be getting the water, the agua, the hydration. It's okay. I refill my cup. That's what the boy said. Dove's face scrunches in anger. Okay, don't worry. Some other games I continue through just because they're so long and it's like you're not missing too much. But most visual novels I do tend to pause just so like you can keep up with the story. And also for those of you that have missed other story-based games, my VODs should be up to date while I'm on vacation, which is coming up midweek next week. Yeah, so when I'm back, if you can technically be up to date with those. But if you don't want to catch up, that's okay. We enjoy anything. I can't wait to use them as a sleep ASMR. Honestly. Also, Belle, you know I have a Patreon. Unfortunately, most of the audiobooks are behind the paywall, but I do have... I think I have one that's up for free, that's open. I think it's Call of Cthulhu, though. But okay, if you don't know the Patreon, here's the link. Yeah. There you go. Oh, there's the ad. I will be back. I'm getting agua. I have returned. They are not free from ad jail, but I have returned. Eee. I'm just here to hydrate. Also, I just do really love this art. I'm not like the only thing I wish is there was a little more detail in the mattress and the blanket, but all of this makes up for it. Yeah. Yeah, I love this art. But welcome back, Agile Birdies, welcome back. So yeah, Belle, that's the link to the Patreon. Only the Call of Cthulhu is up for free. Everything else is behind the highest tier paywall, which... Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I put it at like $3? $3? $5? What's my tiers? I don't even know my own tiers anymore. I'm sorry. It says I can listen to Brothers Grimm. Oh, is Brothers Grimm also open to the public? I don't know what I did. Or was it Brothers Grimm is open to the public and the Call of Cthulhu is still behind the paywall? I don't know what I did. I am a terrible content creator. I don't know what I do. I don't know. I just hit yes and got it? Bro. Stop it. I need to actually like... Okay, hang on. Patreon. Patreon.com/ What is my thing? It's just Addyliners, right? Like normal? Yes. I know my thing. Also, it says 18 plus, mainly because, like, yes, I want adults and I don't want to have to limit what stories I do. Oh, Call of Cthulhu you can purchase outright. But, like, yes, the Tales Brothers Grimm should be free. Yeah, okay. Okay, I see what I did. Okay, so it's the highest tier is $3 USD. So for in Canadian dollars, it's $5. Ugh. But yes. So fuck. Sorry. I mean, if it helps, it's in. Unfortunately, it's in Patreon's default. Is just what? It's okay. I think honestly, anything that you have to do payment is like doxing, but I only see it. I ignore it. Don't worry. There's also a handful of you that I know your real names, and I'm just like, I actually completely ignore it. And if it helps reassure you, my job has me keep a lot of secrets. My IRL job makes me keep a lot of secrets. So it's okay. I don't even look. If it helps, Decrepit signed up. I don't even remember his real name. I don't think I see, unless I click into it, I don't see your accounts. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about no one. Can other people see other members? I don't think so. I think. Hello, Adalia. Hello. Welcome in. Ouch! Fucking. That was also louder and it hurt my ears. Hi, Adalia. But yeah, don't worry about it. I think I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that sees it because I'm also the only one that manages my Patreon. So yeah. Yeah, they work now. I had to deactivate them because it wasn't when I realized it wasn't using the points. I checked it out and it wasn't actually working. So it took a couple days, but I fixed it. So yeah, you can throw things at me. And like, yeah, there's nothing breaking my computer. But welcome me and good evening. It's CPAID time. But yeah, don't worry. Anyone that wants to join the Patreon, if it accidentally doxes you, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that sees it. And like, I don't remember shit. After 300 years, you don't remember anything that's important for more than like a few hours. And if you need to remember it, you write it down. But yeah, I will forget it immediately. I will not see it. It's also like, if you're tight financially, you can always subscribe for like a month, and then before it renews, you can cancel it. Or like, you can do the subscription and then unsubscribe, and you'll at least have the 30 days that you already paid for. Or whatever the month is. And then you'll have access to all the old posts, and then you can always go back whenever you want to. Yeah, they don't go away. And you have access to historical posts of whatever's behind the paywall. But yeah, don't worry about being doxxed. I don't pay attention. It's also like, people have had to send me payments to repay me for certain things. And so I know a lot of things about a lot of people, and I've thoroughly forgotten them. Yeah, there's just, yeah. Trust that my IRL job pretty much has me unofficially signing NDAs all the freaking time. I have a lot of contracts that I have signed that I actually don't know the contents of, but I actually have never breached one of them, so we're doing great. Anyways. Okay, I just changed the name in PFP. Okay. Okay, you kept yourself safe. I can worry less now. Yeah. Just in case other people can. It's good. If not, if you didn't say anything, I wouldn't have known it was you. How long does a vampiric NDA last? That's a good question. I would like to say, if it's a vampiric NDA and it's signed in blood, and it's during like a blood moon, If it's signed during, if it's signed in blood during a blood moon, I want to say eternity, or at least, yeah, eternity. Even after, if one of the signing parties passes away, it still lasts. It lasts until all signing parties are deceased. But if it's not signed under the blood moon and just signed in blood, I will say it'll last as long as the vampire entity is alive. If both parties are of the vampiric kind, then it's the last one standing. Yeah. Go away. Her voice comes out in a malicious hiss, yet I can see the way her shoulders shake, desperately trying to contain how she really feels. Oof, vampirism? Yes, yes, yes it is. It favors the eternal. But honestly, if you're mortal and you sign with a vampire, that goes beyond your grave. That goes beyond, like, that can go beyond generations after you. So whoever owns the estate of whatever is still bound to the NDA. And if they break it, well, they have a threat to deal with. My brows pinch, and I feel a prick of irritation sweep over me. I hate seeing her do this. Seeing her try to bottle up how she truly feels. Why can't she just let it all out? Look, sometimes it's hard to show our emotions, and when we're traumatized, it's hard to be okay showing it, okay? Would it really be that disastrous if she did? Yes, monumentally. If she opened the gates of her heart just a little, would it feel like the world is ending? I look up to the dolls and stare into their observant eyes. They loom over Dove like wardens stationed in front of a beast's cage. I dig my claws into the sheets. I won't leave, no. Dove plops back down and sucks in a sharp breath. She tugs her blanket up to her ears, and I take that as the sign that I should leave her alone. But I don't. Dove lets out a small gasp when I jump onto the bed. She snaps her head to look up at me. Her rounded eyes focused on me as I settle down right beside her. I don't want to be a scaredy cat anymore, 'cause yes, you're a wolf pup. There's no why you be a scaredy cat when you're a wolf pup. My heart thuds as I rest my head on the pillow beside Dove's. Aw, that's actually really cute. She glares at me. Look at how cute she is! I told you to go away. She tries to sound cold, but the tremble in her bottom lip and the curve of her pinched brows contradict her mask. I move even closer until my warmth is shared with Dove. Her expression finally falls apart. Oh my god, this is so cute! I hold her glossy blue eyes in mine. If my hands were human, I would catch the tears in her eyes before they could fall. Oh my god, so romantic! I can see her thoughts racing as though she's searching for her misplaced bravery. Where do you go, Dove? What do the farthest corners of your mind look like? If it's too dark in there, I can join you. Maybe stumbling through the shadows will be easier if there are two of us, instead of just one. This is so sweet. I'm sorry. This is like how to care for your depressed person 101. Like, geesh. Dove brings one of her hands out from under her covers. I close my eyes. Dove's hand carefully finds the fur along my neck. I stay completely still, giving her time to grow her confidence. Her feathery touch grows more firm, exploratory. Her palm runs along my back. Pupperdoodle? I know, look at this. Look at this is ultimate comfort. Like, yes. Like, animals and toddlers and infants or children are really good empaths and like are great at comforting. If you don't like children, there are animals, and animals are great. When she feels more sure of my trust in her, she curls into my side. I got my dog with me every night. See, Belle understands. Oh my god, Belle, this could be you. This could be you. I kind of gave him attachment issues from me. It is me. Oh my god. Oh, it's okay, Belle. It's cute. It's supportive. It's comforting. I understand. It's adorable. I feel her warm puffs of breath as she buries her face in the side of my neck. Her fingers, this is what goes on through your doggo's head. This is their thoughts personified. Her fingers grip my fur almost painfully, but I do nothing to stop her.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, Doc. Hello. Welcome in. Hold up, I send pics in your server. Oh, yes, put in and let me pet your pet. Because, yes, let me pet your pet. Let me pet. Oh, fucking shit. Ow. That was like right in my face, too, fucker. That hurt. But yeah. Okay. I look forward.
Penis!
It hurt. There was no penis involved, though. Ah. Thank you for the hydrate, Nuka. Thank you. Stop it. Thank you for the second hydrate too. Thank you. Her small frame quivers as a quiet stream of tears begin flowing down her cheeks. They hurt. Oh. I wish it lingered for a bit. Chug. I only took 2. Leave me alone. After crying, Dove falls asleep, still clutching onto me. The dolls above stare directly at us as I lay with her. Ears are. Oh, let me see the dog. I need to see the dog. I need to see the doggo. I sound so creepy. It's okay. Belle, why is that the first email you send to my server? Of course it is. Oh my god, Leo. He's a small old man. Oh my god, I love him. Okay, wait. I don't know. Was Wishbone part of British broadcasting? Because, like, he reminds me of Wishbone. For those of you that know Wishbone, like the TV series, yes. Oh my god. I love this. I love him. He's so cute and he's floofer and he's not like a chonker, but he's not a skinny boy. He's a good guy. He's a good choice. I have no idea. Oh, no. Okay. I will explain. Okay. It's okay. Pet the pet. Yes. He deserves all the love. I narrow my eyes as I watch them hang lifelessly. He's Irish and a half collie Jack Russell Terrier. See, it's the Jack Russell Terrier that I'm seeing because Wishbone was a full-bred Jack Russell Terrier. But okay, that explains the size. The half Irish. Okay. Or it's not Irish. The half collie. That makes sense. Okay. Because I'm like, he's a good size. He's a huggable size. He's on the smaller size of medium, but he's a good size. He's not a tiny dog. Not a tiny dog. If they dare to disturb Dove's sleep, I'll tear them down and reduce them to splinters. They remain silent. However, my ears begin to pick up a sound. I thought that was real. It sounds like the buzzing of flies. Okay, I don't know who has me on speakers and if you can hear that, but if you have me on headphones, I'm pretty sure you can hear the flies, and oh my god. Oh, that was Ziri's mother. I watch as Dove lights the final candle on the table. The flames flicker and devour each other until they form a single entity. I stare at the gray smoke that rises to the ceiling with worry. Before he died, he would make me treats behind his mother's back and show me his sketchbooks. They were too good for a place like this. That's why they didn't last long. Alive, at least. With a flick of her wrist, Dove kills the flame of her last matchstick. The flames grow bigger and bigger. She takes a step back to admire her work. Every candle on the dining room table has been lit. That's a lot. That's a lot of candles. This was Dove's idea, to lure out the last ghost on our list. The flames roar and grow taller by the second. She crouches down to pick something up from the floor before promptly getting back up. The object sits on the palm of her hand. She looks down at it, closes her hand, and takes a step towards the flames. Ooh! I tense at how close she moves to the fire. Just step into the fire. Into the fire. Yes. Hot air billows the pointed strands of her hair, and licks of flames come close enough to singe the ends. Dove stares at the fire, mesmerized by the wisps of red, orange, and white. She lifts her hand, like she means to caress one of the infernal curls. That's all it takes for it to appear. Ziri manifests out of the shadows behind Dove. Oh! Her hand freezes in place where she hears its cry. Quick as always. I cringe at the coldness that drips from her words. Dove pulls her hand back, then fiddles with the object in her hands. I am in love with this. I'm sorry, this is powerful. Your gremlin stare goes well with your gas look. Honestly, Vani Mama and Choco Mama, they did me very well. They like, oh. I have great model parents. Cause like, oh. I didn't even ask her this. Choco just was like, you should do this, and like Vani was just like, we could do this, and here I am. I never asked for your protection. Cause like, look at this. This is so good. Like, look at Dove. This little meek little girl is so freaking menacing and powerful, and she was just crying like the night before, and the ghosty Ziri, the ghosty, is just there, looming, just a shadow in the back. Perfect. I don't need it. I never did. Her mouth curls downward. She whispers so quietly, my ears twitch trying to catch her next words. I just wanted you to be my friend. She closes her hands together and a crease forms between her brows. Her eyes close. I'm sorry. You had to meet me. Her eyes open again. I can see her straining to not turn around and look at the ghost one last time. Her lips start to wobble, and I see her swallow a lump in her throat. Your mother is waiting for you, Ziri. That could come out so creepy. Dove brings the clutch of hair in her hands up to the flames. Ziri screams when it sees Dove approach the fire. It raises its long, thin arms, just as the bundle of hair catches onto a flame. Out of all the others, these remains burn the easiest. Spindly fingers... Spindly? Spindly? I don't think I actually know how to pronounce... Oh? Spindly. Spindly fingers brush against her back, sending Dove into a violent flinch. She takes in a sharp breath and unconsciously... Okay. I was just like, spindly doesn't sound right. Spindly. And I had to say both. Okay, got there. Thank you. She takes in a sharp breath and unconsciously recoils away from the ghost's touch before the flaming bundle in her hand is thrown into the heart of the fire. Ziri lets out a screech when it sees Dove move too close to the fire. Then... Oh. Oh! I jump when Dove cries out. I watch as she stumbles back, clutching her hand in the process. Redness begins to form on the tips of her fingers. I yelp and rush to her side. The candle flames begin to burn out of control. Smoke fills the room and I can hear Dove choke on a cough. My heart thunders. Oh gods, how are we going to put this out? Dove drops to her knees and covers her mouth and nose. The smoke grows thicker, making the room hard to see. I let out a whimper and grab Dove's sleeve. We have to get out of here. Dove fumbles forward and blinks away tears from the smoke. Soon after, I feel my own eyes burn. I try to stay low on the ground, but it's already become too hard to breathe. I wheeze for oxygen and try to drag Dove with me as I search for the way out of the room. Dove's body grows heavy. I can hear her rasp for air. Black dots start to creep into the corner of my vision. I can feel the strength in my body begin to deplete. Well, then I hear a series of stabs. Okay, if I was like a flesh tuber or whatever term fucking used for flesh tubers, I can't even think of it at the moment. I am flinching at like every sound. I am so jumpy and anxious, I swear to God. Then I hear a series of snaps. Within seconds, the windows of the dining room burst open and all the smoke in the room is magically pushed out with a strong gust of wind. I squeeze my watery eyes shut and slide onto the floor from the strength of the gale. My nails leave scratch marks where they claw into the floorboards. When it stops blowing, I blink rapidly to return moisture to my eyes.
Thank you for the care package, Doc.
Thank you. Or as I was saying earlier, for Decrepit's care package, I'm not as old today, my hips don't hurt. Thank you, Doc. I mean, I'm still old. And I still gotta stretch, but it's not as bad. Dove coughs and gags beside me on her hands and knees. I slowly try to lift myself off the floor. I go rigid at the sound of footsteps entering the dining room. The witch's eyes rake over the room from the melted candles to the scorch marks on the ceiling. Eventually, they land on me and Dove as we attempt to recover from the smoke on the floor. He crosses his arms, and I see blood dripping down his arm from an activated magic circle. What a mess. Dove slowly stands up with her dress balled up on her hands. Clean this up. This room needs to look just as your mother left it when she comes back. I tilt my head and look at Dove. Her brows twitch as her expression turns into disbelief. I can see her knuckles turn white. Her mouth opens and closes like she has something to say, but no words come out. The witch turns on his heel and starts to make his exit. On his way out, he takes a dark handkerchief out of his pocket and cleans the blood off his arm. She'll finally be returning to us soon. Right before the witch steps through the threshold, he looks over his shoulder. Not at Dove, but at me. I'm so taken aback from the intensity of his stare that the fur along my spine puffs up. I only remember to breathe once again after he breaks off his stare. Take good care of your little friend, Dove. Oh, that's a threat. He swiftly turns on his heel and leaves the room. Neither of us move an inch until his footsteps disappear down the hall. I barely dodge the books that Dove blindly tosses behind her as she ravages the bookshelves. It's not possible. She chews on her thumbnail and sifts through a book before it joins the rest on the floor. Why? Why does it feel like he's telling the truth this time? I hear her let an exasperated huff. She moves on from the bookshelves to her desk to ruffle through sheets of notes and journals. Nothing. Paper crunches between her fingers as she leans over the desk. I can see her shoulders trembling before sheets of paper are sent flying off the desk. He's lying! I cross my paws and lay my head on them. Dove drops down beside me and wraps her arms around her knees. I feel confused. What is it that has Dove so panicked? Is it because of what the witch had told her? He said her mother would be returning soon. Was that not a good thing? I wonder where she's been this whole time. The corners of my mouth tug down and my ears flatten. Dove still has both of her parents, but she doesn't seem happy about it. Honestly, parents aren't just by title and by blood. Parents are like people who parent. I'm just saying. If I still had mine, maybe I wouldn't have made the choices that led me to this moment. Maybe I would be less foolish. I turn my head away from Dove and make a small whine. Dove definitely isn't that close to her father, but maybe her relationship with her mother is better? I don't think so, not with that reaction. As long as they're still around, it's not too late for them to grow better bonds, like it is for me. Bitterness spreads through me. What's wrong? My fur twitches at the feeling of light fingers brushing against them. They retreat quickly. Okay, Basil, now's not the time to be cold-hearted. Don't do this. Wolf? Dove's face pops up in front of me. What's wrong? I huff and turn my head away from her again. Dove scoffs and I ignore her. Then I feel hands dig under my arms and pick me up from the floor.
Oh my god, look at this face. She's so cute. And she's giving me uppies.
I narrow my eyes at Dove when she holds me up face to face.
Why are you being so moody now?
I look away and try to worm my way out of her grip. Her grip only tightens and the feeling unfurls a coil of discomfort that causes me to act out before I can even think about it. I throw weight forward and smash my head right into Dove's forehead. Dove screams and throws her head back, letting me go as she can massage the redness forming on the center of her forehead. I fall onto the floor and curl into a ball away from her, cradling my own head with my paws as I let out a small whimper. For a moment, the two of us lie curled up on the floor, writhing in twin agony.
Ow.
She shoots a glare at me.
What is your problem?
My eyes shut, ignoring her. I hear her sigh, then it goes quiet. Some time passes before I hear Dove start to shuffle around. Pages are leafed through and books are tossed recklessly until Dove's whispers are all that fill the room. My eyes close and I get lost in my own thoughts.
Do you like fireworks?
My eyes pop open and my ears perk up. I mean, honestly, if Basil was talking as a dog, probably not. But since Basil used to be a human, probably yes. I look at Dove and tilt my head. She kneels next to me, clutching a book in her lap nervously. She glances at me, then looks down on her lap.
I can make them for you.
I can feel my tail begin to sway, and Dove's face lights up.
Oh my god, look at her, she's blushing!
I've never seen fireworks before. Okay, maybe Basil's not. Okay. The study is thankfully empty when we enter it. Dove crosses the floor, moving from shelf to shelf to gather materials. She places small vials of powders on the floor in front of me.
Using certain types of metal is what determines the color of the firework.
Correct. I follow her hand as she points to the individual vials.
Copper for blue, sodium for yellow, barium for green, strontium for red.
She places her hand on her lap and observes the metals with a melancholic look.
I've never actually made a firework on my own before. Father used to make them by hand when Mother was around. Every year on my birthday.
My ears flop down at the frown Dove wears.
She gathers the rest of the supplies and quickly starts to make small satchels with fuses trailing out of them. Okay, so maybe when they were all one big happy family, it was fine, but then something happened and like maybe a sacrifice and like they weren't so happy and he blamed her? Maybe? That's how I'm like, it's getting, I don't know. I could be totally wrong. She casts furtive glances at my direction as she assembles them. When she's done, she wipes a smudge of explosive powder on her powder off her cheek. The floor is a mess of materials, but Dove pays it no mind and stands. There's just one more thing we need. My head pops up and my tail begins to wag again. Dove notices my excitement and brightens in what almost seems like relief. She holds up a finger. We just need a tube to launch the fireworks out of. Okay, this face, this face is a face of someone that likes fire. And honestly, yes! Dove starts to search the study, pulling open drawers and yanking cabinet doors wide. Her cheeks puff out every time her search doesn't bear fruit. That face is you earlier today? Which one? Oh, like the one of fire? Yes. Or this huffy face. The huffy face? Also yes. I poke my head out from under her arm to get a peek into the cabinet. Both? Okay. She digs into boxes and pulls out bottles until she reaches the back of the cabinet. She strains her arm to feel out the farthest corners, as though what she's looking for is cloaked by a spell. Her efforts turn up nothing, and she retracts her arm with a disappointed huff. Where does he keep them? She chews on her thumbnail in thought and does another lap around the room, double-checking every place she's looked. Excuse me, oh, water. I wander around the room on my own. Perhaps my lower perspective will see something Dove doesn't. To my luck, I spot what looks like a paper tube at the bottom of a shelf, tucked away between worn books and jars. I make an excited yip and trot over to it. I waste no time gently grabbing the tube with my mouth. What? I'm sorry, I read that before I read it out loud. Then I notice the pale feet behind the shelf. A cry rips out of my throat. I drop the tube and startle back from the shelf with my tail between my legs. I hear the slap of Dove's feet make their way over to me. She looks at me in confusion. What's got you all worked up? I stare at the feet behind the shelf, holding my breath to see if they'll suddenly start moving. Yo, honestly, my heart stopped when I read it. I was like, I can't. I was so scared. I know it's a visual novel and it's not going to be like a massive jump scare like a horror game, but my heart stopped. My eyes were wide and I was like, I don't think I'm ready. My whole body is racked with fear. That doesn't look like another ghost. Dove follows my line of sight, and I see her go still when she sees what's behind the shelf. It can't be. Her eyes are wide in disbelief. I jump when Dove suddenly shoots off to the side of the shelf. Yo, she's also scared, okay? I have every right to be scared at that. I don't like it. Help me move it. My jaw unhinges. Help her? As much as I would rather not, I make my way over and push against the shelf with my whole body. Books topple onto the floor and glass bottles rattle together as we slowly move the narrow shelf, inch by inch, until the dark curtain behind it is exposed to us. My heart pounds and my muscles ache. My hand is clenched in anxiousness. I can't. We both take a moment to process what we found. Who we found. I can see Dove's hands fidgeting in the corner of my vision. I swallow hard. Then I move forward, towards the still curtains. I don't want to know, 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 I don't want to see, I don't want to do it, I don't want to click next, I don't want to do this.
can't. Ooh. Then I move forward towards the still curtains. Look, I'm already freaked out. It's a visual novel. It's set on my bones. It's settling in my bones. It can't hurt me, right? There's no smell of decay. Instead, there seems to be a light hint of something floral. It's surprisingly pleasant. I brace myself, then drag open the curtains with my teeth. Dove chokes on a gasp behind me and the floor creaks. Oh my god, I can't. I give her a quick glance and see that she's taken a step back. It's hard to understand the expression she wears. She seems to go through a string of them. Her face becomes painted with disbelief. For a wink of time, a spark of yearning lights up in her eyes, then her expression splits into anguish. I turn back to the person behind the curtain. The woman. Oh, it's her mother! Her skin is pure ivory, untouched by rigor mortis, but suspended just a breath away from its ruinous claws. It's her mother in pristine, so the one wandering the halls is her ghost, and this is the actual mother's body. I cannot! Death's presence feels so close, like it paces back and forth, waiting to claim what's rightfully theirs. For those of you that aren't subscribed or have Twitch Turbo, there'll be an ad in a few seconds. I will pause the story once it rolls, but oh my god. Death's presence feels so close, like it paces back and forth, waiting to claim what's rightfully theirs. Do we see the face? Oh my god, why do you do this? The gown she wears is a shiny white silk, buttoned all the way up to her chin with red stitching that zigzags up her skirt in chaotic fashion. I don't want to go on with the story in case it reveals. I can't. But also, I'm already locked in. Like, so for those of you that were here for the earlier streams of DICENTRA or have watched the VODs on the YouTube, there was that ghost that scared the shit out of me, both as the character Basil and as me. Hello, those that are not in Agile, they're in ad. We're now discussing this. That was the ghost of this body, of the mother, of Dove's mother. I'm just calling her the mother. Like, this is the outfit, like the one with like the open rib cage and exposed everything, and like the shallow face, like that just wandered and roamed along the halls. That like looked like a portrait along the halls. This is her, and like I'm so creeped out. I'm ready for her to look really pretty in a really menacing way, and I'm also ready for like her ghost to do something, and then I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm emotionally not ready, and my hand has been clenched this entire fucking time, and I've unclenched it. The anxiety is releasing. Like, oh, I self-hydrate. But welcome back, at Jailbirdies. Welcome back. Okay, also hydrate. Thank you, Doc, for the hydrate. Thank you. I did not continue the story, don't worry. I didn't want to accidentally show her face and be like anyhow. The gown she wears is a shiny white silk, buttoned all the way up to her chin, with red stitching that zigzags up her skirt in chaotic fashion. Something about the way the crimson threads loop up and down the skirt feels spiteful, impatient. My brows pinch together. I've seen stitching like that before. Yes, it's the boy. Her light hair is chopped sharply, framing her jaw, and the panel behind her head looks like an explosion of colorful paint strokes. Ooh! Bold tendrils of gore and mycelium spread along the wood. Fungi of different shapes and sizes bloom around her head like a horrific halo. This is poetic! I'm sorry, we've complained on the stream before with other visual novels that people just tend to like go on with their words just for the sake of like filling the empty page with a lot of words. This was perfectly done. This is a perfect balance of amount of words to give just amount of beautiful description of like down to detail without going too overboard. Bold tendrils of gore and mycelium spread along the wood. Fungi of different shapes and sizes bloom around her head like a horrific halo. If you say otherwise, that's fine. That is your opinion. But I like this as a perfect balance of words. Oh, she is very pretty. I think her hair could be different, but like simplistically for being maintained, very pretty. She stands with her eyes closed in the hidden closet like a marionette. Her arms hang neatly at her sides. When I look for strings that hold her up, I disturbingly find none. I'm almost curious to see if she has a wind-up key behind her that would bring her to life. Oh, no, no. She's clearly dead, but she's preserved so well that I fall under the illusion that a nudge of her shoulder is all it would take to make her eyes flutter open. Unlike the others, her entire body has been kept. And unlike the others, there is no tag with her name on it. I don't think she needs a name. But it doesn't matter. I already know it. Hypatia. How long has she been tucked away here, hidden like a rare gem in a jewelry box? I now understand why her remains were not found amongst the others. The tether that binds her here could only be this strong if her whole body was kept.
He's been here this entire time.
My ears twitch at the sound of Dove's voice. I start blinking rapidly when Dove strides over to the side of the shelf again and starts pushing it back into place. She's covering her up again? Maybe she doesn't want the witch to know what we've discovered. I tilt my head. But are we just going to do nothing about her? My head thrums with conflicted feelings. Once the shelf is settled back into its original position, she picks up the paper tube I dropped and starts making her way over to the pile of sachets on the floor.
Let's go.
I give the shelf one last glance, then trail after Dove. Oh no. We both stare at the rain that falls through the hatch on the roof. Each drop of water clangs against the iron stairs. My ears fall flat on my head. Can we still light fireworks in the rain? The face Dove makes as she guards the fireworks gives me my answer. I softly whimper. Dove gives me a sympathetic look, then looks up at the opened hatch in contemplation. She chews on her lip, deep in thought. Her face lights up shortly after.
We just need to make sure the fuse doesn't get wet.
Okay? How can we do that when it's raining? My brows raise when Dove starts to bound down the stairs, and I quickly chase after her. This is a terrible idea.
We have to stuff the shell in nice and tight or it will misfire.
We're going to get ourselves killed? It hasn't even been that long since we set the dining room on fire. My tail swishes anxiously as I watch Dove aim the paper tube towards her open bedroom window. Oh, we're setting off fireworks indoors and hoping to get it out the window. Okay, I see you. I support it. She angles the tube just shy of where the rain hits her floor. When she's satisfied with the aim, she looks at me with an excited grin.
Are you ready?
I shake my head furiously. No. This is crazier than lighting up a table's worth of candles all at once. Maybe. My loud thoughts come out as nothing more than a whine.
Don't worry so much.
She holds a lit candle up to the fuse and my fur stands up on end. I love that noise. I swallow as the fuse begins to burn.
Just sit back and watch.
I count each second that passes as the fuse burns away until it disappears into the tube. Dove tightens her arms around the tube and braces herself. I suck in a breath, then... Ooh! Light explodes in bursts of color against a bleeding canvas.
Thank you for the head pats, Pirata. Thank you. The room lights up in flashes, and the sound from the explosions rattle my bones. The sight takes all the breath out from my lungs. My heart thunders against my ribs, and I start to feel weightless. It's overwhelming, intense, frightening, and exhilarating. It's amazing. The hell? That hehe was hella cute. Stop it. Go away. Look, if I wanted to be Paimon, I could be my Paimon. I race to the window and stand with my front paws on the window seat to get a closer look at the fireworks. Honestly, me with fireworks. The rain pelts against my fur and gets in my eyes, but I barely pay it any mind. Is this how Dove felt? In that moment where she stood facing the tempestuous storm head-on? I can say tempestuous with no problem, but spindly was the problem word. My tail swings madly with excitement. Emotions of awe and wonder rush through me. I try to memorize the moment. The sound of the wind being drowned out by the fireworks, how the rain makes my nose feel frozen, the way the light looks when the fireworks explode. And Dove. I crane my head to look back at her after the fireworks are done. She stands staring at the sky, lost deep in thought. I feel uneasy over the conflict reflected on her face. Dove grips her dress, and I notice the messy patchwork of stitches that holds the thin fabric together. She inhales deeply. I let out a yip when she suddenly bolts out of the room. I rush into the study just as Dove finishes shoving the tall bookshelf to the side again. She breathes heavily as she yanks open the curtains that hide the body behind them. My eyes bug out of my head when I see what she does next. What is she gonna do? What is she doing? What is she doing? Dove grabs handfuls of the corpse's bodice, then rips it open. Buttons pop and fly. Dove's jaw is clenched tightly as she takes in the colorless flesh beneath the clothes. A freezing chill crawls beneath my skin as I observe the neat, thick stitches trailing up the corpse's torso all the way to her throat. Pardon? Did they take out her heart? Is that why her ghost is just a ribcage exposed? Yo! So they killed her. And that's why she doesn't like her dad. Okay. She was a sacrifice. Dove takes a breath. Wow. Hydrate. Dove takes a breath deep in before digging her fingers into the seam between the sewn up skin. The taut threads begin to snap as she roughly tears it open. My most recent meal threatens to escape when Dove reveals the organs beneath the corpse's flesh. Dead organs never look bright, especially with a color like hers. I would question if this woman were truly dead if it wasn't for the stillness of her insides. Perhaps she isn't even a real corpse, merely a disturbing replica of one. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Not a perfect one, however, considering the 3 random ribs she seems to be missing. Damn it! Oh, that was not a good Dove voice. I startle when Dove curses abruptly. She takes a step away from the corpse and begins to pace in a small circle. All this effort to keep her here. She throws the woman a look of pure scorn. Why do you get all his time? Her lip wobbles. When I'm still here. My heart sinks when I see Dove's clenched fists tremble. I look at the corpse in confusion. Just who is she to Dove? Dove's face hardens. She looks down at me. Help me find her ribs. I blink at her demand. You wanted to put all the ghosts to rest, didn't you? Dove takes a step towards me, and I take a step back. You wanted to end their suffering, right? Isn't it unfair for them to be stuck here? My ears pin back. We must get rid of her. She straightens and glares at the corpse. Dove tears her gaze from the corpse and begins to leave. I hear her murmur something to herself. Before she comes back. Dove moves through the mansion like a hurricane. She empties drawers on the floor and throws books off shelves. I keep my distance and quietly do my own searching. This feels much different than when we released the other ghosts. A sinking feeling chews away at me. Suddenly, I feel regret for what I've started. I wonder if this is the right thing to do. It's like Dove's vision has narrowed to the point where she can't see anything but this impulsive need to be rid of the hallway ghost. I look down at the dusty floor. Get rid of... When this ghost is gone, I wonder if Dove will like what its absence looks like. Where are they? Dove sweeps everything off the top of a dresser with a curse. In an instant, everything clatters onto the floor. Dove whips around and bangs her fist on the dining room table. Candles fall and tremble from the small quake she creates. She releases a frustrated sigh, then freezes. My ears stand. I try to strain my neck to see what has captured Dove's attention, but I can't see the top of the dining room table. Dove climbs on top of the table. My heart begins to thump with anticipation.
Venus!
Hello, Samson. Hello, welcome in. She crawls to the middle of the table, shoving melted candles out of her way. The wood groans under her weight like she had disturbed its sleep. Her hand slowly reaches out to pick up a single candle before climbing back down onto the floor. Waiting to see what she's found fills me with anxiety. I make my way over to her and she lowers down to kneel on the floor. Something sticks out of the melted candle she cradles in her hands. I recognize the texture of it. A bone. Dove digs her nails into the wax, trying to claw her way to the bone. She then presses the candle into the floor with all of her weight, pushing down on it until the hard wax crumbles. The rib is finally freed, but she does not look as victorious as I thought she would. A line forms between her brows. I had a feeling. My head flops to the side and I look at Dove. Her gaze meets mine. It's like they're filling up the space for her until she gets back. I feel my heart pause for a moment. My wide eyes drop down to the rib. Oh. Dove rises and I copy the movement without thinking. I feel numb. I know where to look next. I nod, but my mind feels miles away from my body. Every time. A faint buzzing makes my ears twitch. I twist my head towards it. Buzzing flies whip around the candles on the dining room table. You spent a lot of time in here. But not to study, like Father and I. Dove speaks to herself as she walks past a shelf of books, slowly running a hand along their spines. Well, maybe she isn't quite speaking to herself, but she is most definitely not speaking to me. I see Dove open and close her mouth. It seems as though her mind is overflowing with words to say, but she sees no point in speaking when the person her words are for isn't around. Her sharp eyes look through the shelves. I follow behind her until we end up in a dark corner. Section by section, the candlelight illuminates each book spine. A large mirror on the wall briefly shakes Dove, but she continues her search nonetheless. In the dim light, I make out what looks like a pile of blankets and pillows on the floor below the mirror,
as well as an old oil lanterns covered in sticky cobwebs. The sound of a fallen book brings us both to a stiff halt. I crane my neck up as my feet move back from the shelf where the book had come from. Another book suddenly tumbles off the shelf. I barely dodge it. I can only watch as the shelves begin to bend from the weight of something climbing up and down along the books. Creaking wood screeches in my ear as more books fumble down. Dove and I both track the movement in dead silence, our senses as heightened as the bookshelves. In an instant, we bring our eyes to a particular book. I squint, trying to make out more details of the book. The book sits oddly, squeezed between two others on the very top shelf. Despite being so high, the spine appears extremely worn, like it's been plucked to be read over and over again. The library ceiling is incredibly tall. The top of the bookshelf is practically in the heavens. My body tenses in anticipation, hoping this mysterious library resident does us a favor and knocks it down onto the floor. But it remains tightly lodged. I make a small noise to get Dove's attention and point my nose at it. She seems to have already noticed it. The corners of her mouth are weighed down as she sets the candle on the floor, moving toward the shelf with unhurried steps. My chest pounds as I watch the shelves, searching for movement. Nothing. I share a nervous glance with Dove before she sucks in a deep breath and starts climbing the shelf. My nerves are lit with fear, keeping my eyes wide open in vigilance. I start to relax a little once Dove reaches the halfway point. Her shoulders tremble from exertion and her breaths come out in shaky puffs. She stops to take a quick rest before swinging her gaze down with scrunched brows. Just halfway up the shelf must be high enough for the floor beneath to feel as steady as sand. She retracts her eyes quickly from the sight, ready to keep going. She lifts her hand to move further up, but not before the sound of wood groaning begins to echo, not far from where she clings to with all her might. I go cold. Dove gasps and her hand slips. I yip in alarm and dig my nails into the floor as Dove struggles to find a steady grip again, her feet dangling loosely in the air. My tail swishes in distress and my mind races. It halts to a single thought. The blankets! I race towards the bundle of blankets I had seen earlier, gathering a mouthful of quilt before looking up at the shelf again. The mirror on the wall directly faces the shelf Dove is clinging to. She finally secures her footing once again, but not soon enough. Immediately, a headless creature reaches the shelf she had just dangled over. What? A shudder crawls up my spines as I finally see the thing in full. Its arms are long in proportion, resembling the limbs of a gangly spider. Its skin saturated in decayed darkness with a sickly sheen. A coiled stump sits in place of its neck, as though the creature's head had been twisted off. I watch as it weightlessly crawls along the shelves. Towards Dove. Can we stop? I release a string of panicked barks, causing Dove to twist her neck around right towards the mirror. Dove goes completely white, then shoots up the shelf in a rush. I drop the quilt from my mouth and circle the floor frantically. My eyes dart between Dove climbing in a rush to her reflection, the monster still hot on her heels. I see her arms shake and hear her nails rake across the wood. The old shelves creak and curve under Dove's feet. I feel myself lurch to the side, when the entire bookshelf starts to lean forward. As the books continue to fall forward, I start to worry about that the bookshelf will give into gravity before Dove does. As she continues to climb, she faces the challenge of ducking her head to avoid falling text, throwing a few out of her way for better purchase. At this point, if she were to fall, broken legs might be the least of her problems. The closer she gets to the top shelf, the faster the creature continues to pursue her. Oily hands narrowly miss her feet, permeating every book with a glossy slime. I wince at the mere thought of literary pages coated in cold, ghostly fluids, muddling the ink and smearing every word into non-existence. The creature grows frustrated in its chase and begins to slam its fist onto shelves, shattering them into crunchy, wet splinters. It finally rocks its entire body, making the bookshelf rumble unsteadily. Dove lets out a squeal and almost loses her grip. She's forced to throw her arms onto a shelf just before reaching the very top. You're so close. The creature leaps off of falling shelves and bounds right for Dove. I hear her make a strained noise. She stretches her arm up in desperation, reaching for the strange book. The entire bookshelf shakes violently again. I watch the mirror's reflection with my breathing held in suspension. Dove's trembling fingers stretch for the book's spine, while a slimy hand closes around her ankle. Her fingers brush against the book before the creature yanks Dove back, and she slips away. I howl in surprise and prepare to throw myself under her. I see Dove dangling upside down in the air with a befuddled expression on her face. My jaw drops. Dove swings in the creature's grip as it languidly reaches up and tugs at the book Dove previously tried to grab. The book slides out with the pull of a murky finger and slams onto the floor right in front of me. Dove wears a dazed expression as she's carried down the shelf before being unceremoniously dropped into a heap. Slowly, she picks herself up off the ground and quickly puts herself together. We turn to the mirror to see the creature disappear to some other part of the library. Blinking, she dusts off her dress, then makes a repulsed expression as she carefully picks up the fallen book, touching only the parts not coated in a shiny fluid, without another word. The old pages conform around something shoved in the middle of the book. Dove opens it. There lies another rib, tucked between words like a bookmark. For a moment, I watch Dove's eyes flicker back and forth, reading the words on the pages.
I still don't know if I believe in soulmates, but if they existed, I think the universe would send signs. Signs like the ones they already sent to us.
Dove's mouth forms a hard line before she takes the rib out and snaps the book closed.
A romance novel.
I blink. That's it? She shelves the book once more without another word.
One more.
I begin to follow Dove out, but I soon stop dead in my tracks. There it is again. The sound of buzzing. But this time, its presence is much more looming. I snap my head back and flies crawl over the books, far more than there was in the dining room. My heart starts to beat hard in my chest. I feel like I'm tracing the footsteps of someone I've never met before. We walk in and out of rooms searching for the last rib. Dove bites on her thumbnail. She searches through dressers and drawers, all of which have a lingering presence attached to them. It relieves and unnerves me that we have not seen the boy or the witch today, despite all the commotion we've been causing. But I try to count it as a small blessing instead of an omen. I pad slowly through the hall as Dove stomps through it. We pass the doors of rooms that have already been ravaged, all except for one, but Dove passes by it completely. Curiously, I pause in front of it. Is she not going to search this one? Dove turns back when she no longer hears the click of my nails behind her. Her eyes catch onto the door I've stopped in front of.
That's nothing but a bathroom.
Bathroom? I give Dove a small whiff. A woof.
It's nothing special.
Dove's brows furrow.
But she went through quite a fuss to have it made. Just for the drain in her pretty tub to stop working.
Dove sweeps past me and bursts through the door. Oh! The sound of dripping water echoes in the small room. Honestly, the black and white and the red splashes are doing wonders. Dove's feet makes a wet slapping sound on the red tiles. When she steps further into the bathroom, the red sticks to her feet, revealing the pristine white tiles beneath. I hesitate to follow Dove in, because I finally spot the source of the ruby liquid that stains the floor. What is it? The tang of metal fills the air, and blood drips over the edge of a porcelain tub that sits under a tall window. Honestly, this is my dream. This is a feast. This is a meal. This is a feast. Mainly a feast. It's just a feast. The tang of metal fills the air, and blood drips over the edge of a porcelain tub that sits under a tall window. I take a breath in and carefully step past the doorway. The ground is slick and the air is moist. I concentrate on every step I take so I don't fall flat on my face. Dove stands before the tub. When I finally reach her side, I carefully lift my front paws up on the edge of the tub and peer into it. I can see my face clearly in the still surface of the crimson pool that fills the tub to the brim. I just want to know the source. And then I'm going... Okay. I can... It just became like this one day. And Deb's face is strained. It looks like she would rather choke on her words than say them out loud. What'd you do? I didn't want to know what would happen if I tried to put my hand in it. Oh! Dove inhales deeply in preparation, then pulls up the sleeve of her dress to her shoulder. Girl, you're gonna have to roll up that sleeve a lot more if you don't want the blood on it. I throw a nervous glance at the cuts across her skin that are still freshly scabbed over. Pray nothing in here likes the taste of flesh. Sometimes that would be a joke. This is an honest, prayer. Okay. Dove lets out a small gasp when she dips only her fingers into the blood. She rips her hand away instinctively and breathes shallowly. It's warm. A shiver crawls up my spine. The stickiness under my paws begins to make me uncomfortable. Dove presses her eyes shut for a second, then dips her arm back in. I can see goosebumps rise on Dove's arm before it sinks into the red. She goes slow until she reaches the bottom of the tub. Her arm shifts as she searches for the drain. The sleeve of her dress slips off her shoulder and falls into the blood. Red bleeds into the white fabric. I hear Dove's breath hitch when she finds something. Her whole body is wound up tight. The tension in the air is thick enough to cut with a knife. The sound of the dripping faucet haunts me. Immediately, something at the end of the tub makes my eyes snap to— What?! I let out a loud cry. Dove jumps back and looks at me before she whips her neck around to the small sound of bubbling. We both watch in horror as something beneath the surface of the blood begins to breathe. Begins to breathe into life. The bubbles begin to crawl towards Dove, pulling a shriek from my throat. Dove grits her teeth and plunges her arm deeper into the pool of scarlet. Sweat runs down her pale skin as she concentrates intensely on unlodging whatever was blocking the drain. I whimper as I watch the bubbling move closer and closer. Dove releases a shaky breath, but she still doesn't pull her arm out. The bubbles are just a breath away from brushing against Dove's arm. She lets out a sharp hiss and grits her teeth. Get out! I latch my teeth onto the back of Dove's dress and rip her away from the tub. I throw us onto the slippery tiles. Blood splashes all over us. It takes me a moment to catch my breath. When my senses slowly return to me, I hear the sound of gurgling. I look to my side. Dove lies next to me, curled in a ball. Her eyes are squeezed shut, her chest rising and falling heavily. Cradled in her red-covered hands is a rib bone. Jesus Christ, the fucking flies. The buzzing noise that arises this time does not surprise me. Didn't surprise me. But the merciless insistence of it does cause me to pin my ears to my head with a whimper. We're not gonna see— Motherfucker! When we once again stand before Hypatia's body, we're covered in much more than blood when we started. Her body has also started acting more like a corpse. Flies crawl over the woman's blotchy skin, and the sour smell of rot now invades my nose, making it wrinkle in discomfort. Bringing the missing ribs feels like it's broken some kind of spell on the body, like it had been sitting in time's blind spot. And now, we're placing it back under its harsh light once again. Perhaps this is why Dove now hesitates. She clutches the rib bones with a white-knuckled grip. I'm slightly worried they'll snap into pieces any moment now. Her face is glazed over with a blank mask, but the weariness in her eyes betray her. Earlier she had been in such a rush to send this person away, but now she seems to be stalled by her own thoughts. When she finally breaks out of her head, she stomps over to a drawer and rummages through it. She produces a needle, a roll of thread, and one more thing off a shelf. A bottle that glows a faint orange. She makes her way over to the body. She makes quick work of placing the ribs back where they belong before plucking out the old broken stitches that held Hypatia's torso together. Ooh, pretty. Her hands had been so rough in tearing the stitching open, but now her trembling fingers work delicately. After disposing of them, she begins to mend the flesh together. Her stitching is clumsy, a trait she shares with her mother, I suppose. When she's finished, she takes a step back. This ghost is so different from the others. It feels like whatever happens next will be the point of no return. The final stop of this train is approaching, and the only way off this ride is to jump before it crashes. Thank you for the hydrate, pirata. Thank you. I am out of water. So I'm going to run an ad break. I'm sorry for those of you that have Twitch Turbo or are subscribed. I'm gonna run an ad break. It's 1 minute still. While I go grab water. Be right back. Go ads, go. Run. Do your thing. There you go. Hello, those of you that are not in ad gel. There's only 20 seconds left. I have rehydrated. Well, I haven't rehydrated. I refilled my water cup. So yeah. But at the end of this chapter, we're probably gonna end stream, or switch over to just chatting for a little bit, check over the schedule again, go over the donathon, go over the stuff that's in the etc. The normal shit. Yes. Welcome back, Agile Birdies. Welcome back. I have gotten water. Thank you for the hydrate again, Pirata. Thank you, thank you.
And it's nice that it's cold.
I appreciate it, but I don't need any more goosebumps because the story is creeping me out. Also, yeah, one of my hands, my hand that is not on my mouse is like clenched in a fist from anxiety from this like suspense and the tension. I'm in. But as I was saying to those that weren't in the ad, after this chapter, we'll be saving and ending stream. I'll do my normal just chatting bullshit, and yeah, we'll do all our stuff. Stretch your hand. Oh, the anxiety hand. Crack your knuckles. Okay, for those of you that do not like the sound of cracking bones, like, please close your ears. Because, yeah. But thank you. I will also stretch my neck. Oh, there's no cracks in the neck, just creaks. I didn't go to chiropractor. Oh, I have nothing. Oh, there's a little crack. Yeah, it's so like tension. There's not even cracks. It's just like legit stretching. But thank you for the stretch, dog. Thank you.
Okay.
Dove holds up the glowing bottle she had grabbed earlier.
Liquid fire. It can melt through anything. We don't have to risk burning the house down again.
My chest tightens. This is it. Dove places a hand on the corpse's arm, then tears her from the alcove. The corpse crumbles into a heap on the floor. It won't be making the mistake of thinking this body could simply wake up and continue living anymore. It decays rapidly before my very eyes, like it's overly eager to correct itself to the rightful stage of necrosis. Hypatia's pale skin darkens in patches to a death green. Veiny lines start to marble across her cheeks, and an oily sheen begins to develop, along with a foul smell that has me breathing shallowly. I flinch from the sound of Dub popping the cork out from the bottle. Pain surges through me. I don't feel ready at all. But I keep finding out that there are not many changes that wait for you to be before they become your new— What? But I keep finding out that there are not many changes that wait for you to be before they become your new reality. There we go. The corpse's flesh begins to dissolve from the pouring liquid. It sizzles and hisses as it easily eats through the flesh, all the way through to the bone. She covers the body thoroughly with the honey-like substance until the last drop falls from the bottle's mouth. I lift my gaze from the corpse. It lands on the hallway ghost standing in the room with us. Pardon? Hi. Hi, Mother. I've never seen it enter a room before. But now it turns its neck, looking around the room as if in search for something. Dove drops the bottle in her hand when she sees her, and it cracks on the floor. She rips her gaze away and looks down at the disintegrating corpse.
You'll finally be gone now.
I can see Dove's eyes turn glossy.
You'll be gone.
Her head snaps back to the ghost. The ghost looks down at its fading hands. Its lifeless gaze finds Dove and turns to her with its arms spread, ready to pull her into a loving embrace. Oh my god. Why do you stop there? I keep going, damn it! Whatever emotions Dove has been bottling up instantly shatters like glass. My mind feels foggy as I watch Dove break into a sob. I move before she does. Dove chokes on a gasp when I stop her from running to the ghost.
What are you doing? Let go!
I tighten the grip of my jaws around her skirt even more. I whimper my own cry towards her. I understand. I've done something like this before. When the world was so big and I was so small, everything terrified me. When I was overwhelmed with emotions and didn't understand a thing, I would always run into the arms of my mother too.
Let go!
Oh, I let her go. My grip on Dove's... Why was there a countdown? There wasn't a countdown and it could be 2 seconds. Oh my goodness. Stop. I forgot. System A. My grip on Dove's dress weakens. She slips and falls onto her knees, then quickly bolts back up onto her feet. I bark out in worry. I can hear Dove's flesh searing when she throws herself onto the ghost's embrace. Dove cries out, but she does not release her grip on the ghost's dress. I guess she's used to it. Receiving warmth that also comes with a sting. Ooh. Dove tries to speak, but she can only make sounds of agony. I whimper and stay stuck to my spot. My claws dig into the floor. I despise how helpless I feel as I do nothing but watch Dove burn. Dove's knees give out under her and I race for her. I let her fall back onto me and wince sharply at the redness of her hands as she holds them up. Her delicate skin now blisters and bleeds. Dove squeezes her eyes shut. Thick tears drop down her chin. Then it comes. Oh, the disembodied sound of wind chimes guts me. Time is up. Dove's cries make my body feel so cold. Just fucking... Can't breathe. My heart. The door to Dove's bedroom flies open and slams against the wall. I feel Dove go still as a statue under my head. I lift my head up from her lap. The hand that had been petting the fur along my spine now holds it in a numbing grip. I feel his magic before I see him. The grotesque dolls above us rattle, and the drapes around Dove's bed tremble. Soon after, his footsteps enter into the room. My breathing pauses. Dove's father must have really seen what we did. A burst of magic knocks me over. I hear Dove gasp and I feel her arms cage around me. Air slams into us like a train and sends the canopy curtains into a wild billow. The cold air makes my eyes sting and I squeeze them shut. Static makes my fur stand. It feels like the wind is blended with shocking strings of electricity. When the gale finally dies down, I can feel Dove's heart slamming against her ribs as she shields my body with her own. Her breath comes out in distressed gasps. I dare to open my eyes again, and darkness surrounds us. My own heart hammers away as I gaze out into the space beyond the post of the bed frame. The curtains have been magically dissolved, leaving us completely exposed to the void. Okay. Every shallow breath I make sounds enhanced by the nothingness. Everywhere I look is swallowed by darkness, save for a single light that drapes over Dove's bed. I look up, trying to find its source. It seems to come from nowhere. I take a peek over the edge of the bed. I can see my own appearance reflected in the obsidian surface that covers the ground. Ripples break the calmness of the glassy liquid, caused by something that walks towards us. Arms yank me back from the edge of the bed. Dove scarcely breathes. She holds me close and twists her body in an attempt to hide me from the one who approaches. It's the witch. I brace myself to face his wrath. His footsteps create a wet slap as he draws closer. The sound of the footsteps is much lighter than I expected them to be. My whole body seizes with terror. What have you... She's done! Jesus Christ, I had to exhale. Dove flinches from the wave of energy that radiates off of him. A feeling of nausea paints my innards as the boy steps out of the shadows instead of the witch. Dove's breath catches and her arms shake around me. They hold on to me like a lifeline. The light from above creates harsh shadows over the boy's enraged features.
You insolent child! Do you understand what you've done?
The boy bares his teeth in a sneer. He circles around the bed with his hands behind his back, like a viper taking its time to stalk its prey before it strikes. My ears flatten from the threat in his venomous stare. I turn my head, trying to keep him in my line of sight, but his body flickers through the shadows like a specter. One moment he appears normal. The next moment, the pristine white skull of a wolf decorates the upper part of his face. Hello, Abyssal. Hello, hello. Ahem, Addy is the cutest bean. That is all. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Honestly, you broke my tension. I could breathe a little bit better. Oh, but hi, Abyssal. Good evening. How are you? Welcome in. If you want to lurk, feel free. This is story time. And I am locked in this story that my heart rate is not okay. Oh. Is it a witch thing to have, like, the wolf skull on their faces? He really is a witch as well. The boy raises his hands to his head and curls into himself.
I was so close! We could have had everything again!
Dove leans forward and tightens her arms around me.
We don't need her.
The boy snaps in her direction.
Wrong! I need her.
The boy begins to pace back and forth, water sloshing at his feet. My brows furrow. I crane my neck to look onto the ground again. The black liquid now gurgles and splashes against the frame of the bed as it slowly climbs higher and higher.
This is no good at all. So what?
Oh, shit.
So what? We'll be fine.
I can hear Dove start to sniffle above me. The child whips around and grabs the two posts at the foot of the bed. I hear them crack under his grip.
I will not be fine!
Dove's breathing turns ragged.
To think you would betray her so.
Dove hiccups and hides her face in my neck.
You know the expectations she had for you. I suppose she would be so proud of what you've done.
I hear Dove gasp.
She would really love what you've become. So wicked. On your own.
The boy's face twists into a wry smile. A wry smile, wow. I can hear the wooden posts under the boy's hands start to splinter. Soon after, something begins to slither up from the dark waters. Tendrils of oily black vines coil up the frame of the bed and slowly crawl towards us. Thorns, resembling long and sharp needles, spike out from them. The boy's face suddenly falls into despair and his gaze drops.
If she hadn't been so greedy, I wouldn't have had to do what I did.
I watch his expression turn sour before his head snaps back up to glare at Dove with glassy eyes.
She is all I have!
The posts break in half. Dove throws herself over me as the broken wood is swallowed by the rising ebony lake around us, creating a deafening splash. Dove's cold body trembles, and I fear anger swell in me like dark waves. Does Dove truly mean nothing to him? I start to growl. The boy glares viciously at Dove.
Now you've made things considerably more difficult. Do you know how much more we'll have to pay to bring Hypatia back? This is not fine at all, Dove!
I hear Dove break into a sob. Then I snap. I tear out of her arms and lash out at the boy with a snarl. The boy stumbles back slightly in surprise, but manages to respond with a dark scowl.
You.
Dove's breath hitches behind me when the boy starts to lift his arms.
I think I've tolerated you disrupting my home for long enough.
I stand my ground and my throat rumbles. I bend my knees to prepare my attack as bloody patterns begin to manifest on the back of his hands. Then, in a single blink, we are back in Dove's room with the curtains of her canopy back in place. The boy spins around. I hear glass crunch under his feet. His enraged expression melts into confusion as he faces the window. And then, a sound thunders throughout the entire mansion. I freeze as the chime of the grandfather clock pierces the air. The heavy metal clang makes the air around us tremble and painfully reverberates inside my skull. Reverberates inside my skull. My body submits to the overwhelming sound and my tail goes between my legs. The boy's hands fly up to cover his ears.
The hell?
The boy groans out in agony. Black veins begin to spread from the dark markings around the boy's eyes. I can see blood dripping start to drip from his nose. He staggers back and brings a hand up to swipe at the blood. His eyes widen in shock when he sees it coating his fingers. I can't see the window beyond the curtains of the canopy, but for just a fraction of a second, I swear I see the red light that spills into the room flicker with a mysterious shadow.
Shit.
The boy cups the bottom of his nose, then makes long strides towards the door in a hasty exit. He pauses at the threshold of the broken door, then places his hand on the frame. Red blooms in the back of his hand as a magic circle forms and overrides the incomplete spell etched onto his skin.
You will still stay here and out of my way.
Dove lets out a panicked gasp.
No!
Dove bounds off the bed and throws herself at the door, just as it vanishes with the boy on the other side. Oh, the door's gone. Dove slams against the blank wall that now stands where her door used to be. I hop off the bed and try to avoid the paint-covered glass all over the floor. A breeze brushes against my fur. It's coming from the window. I take a peek outside. There is no longer anything separating us from the outside elements. The glass panes of the window have been completely shattered, and now Dove's paintings lie in scattered pieces across the floor. Somewhere else in the house, the grandfather clock continues its booming toll. Time flows so much faster when you can hear its presence. When it was quiet, I felt like I had permission to think it had been frozen. Put on hold so that when it once again resumes, everything that had happened in its absence wouldn't count as real. The disturbing clanging finally stops, but the sound of ticking continues mercilessly. I look over and Dove runs her hands over the smooth wall where her door used to be. Her hands drop without making a sound. She stands and turns to face the mess of glass of the floor. Streaks of dried black tears and red blotches paint her cheeks. Her eyes scan the glass and the window wearily. It's like she's just become completely numb to everything. I whimper. Dove leans down, picks up a shard of glass, and clenches her fist around it. Don't do it, girl! The glass slices into her palm, sending Dove into a state of shock. I tilt my head in concern. Did she think it wouldn't cut her? Her head twists on her neck as she searches around the room for something, but all she finds is silence. My brow pressed together as I observe her strange actions. Then something clicks in my mind. I remember seeing her do something like this before. After Babel had left, Dove looked for her, just like she does now. Dove's eyes— Oh, this makes so much sense. Oh, that's so sad. My precious girl, no. I'm so I can't cry in this mode. I can't cry in gremlin mode. I hate this. Dove's eyes drop to the ground as she releases the shard, her arms falling at her sides.
Oh. I'm alone now.
I want to cry. I mean, I want to make my model cry. I'm already tearing up. I'm so sad for Dove. You guys don't understand. You don't understand.
I'm alone now.
My eyes slowly blow wide open. She drops onto the floor in a heap, and her eyes turn into a dull blue as she retreats into the darkest corners of her mind. Okay, mood? It's the last safe place she has. All because of me. Each ghost was a decoration that hid the bars of this birdcage Dove calls home. Despite the fact that they had been rotting away long before I'd arrived. One by one, I ripped them down, forcing her to see this space for the cold, empty prison cell it truly is. It's because of the ghosts themselves that she was able to find comfort despite being in a place so depraved of that. Without them, what does she have? I look around the room and analyze every little detail. The books, the plants, drawings, the monsters. Everything Dove has done since I first met reveals Everything Dove has done since I first met her reveals everything I need to know about her. Dove has never tried to get out. She'd already settled into the discomfort. I feel my fur bristle. Dove had lived with the monsters like she was one of them. She must think she truly is one, after being treated like one for so long. She's been convinced that she is something that belongs to the night, hidden away, locked away. Something undeserving of love and care. No, something that can only be loved by things that are as terrible as she is. Dove's father had locked her cage from the outside, and she had locked it from the inside. The ghosts were her distractions. That's all Dove has ever done. Distract herself so nothing needs to change. If she's distracted, she won't focus on the things she truly yearns for. She won't think of how she wishes things were better. Addy Cute, thanks for staying for the second TED Talk. Oh my god, the Addy Cute is all the TED Talks, you guys. I think this is the wrong TED Talk convention. For Dove, the path of improvement starts with a steep decline. She now stands at the top of the hill, looking down, completely scared out of her wits. Addy Cute, I'm back. Nuka fucking Christ. Both of you. There are two options at this point for her. She can either stay at the top where the air is cold and thin, or she can walk forward into the unknown. It's an extreme choice to make, but maybe if I stay by her side, she will have the courage to make the right one. There's no love for her here, and Dove must think there is none for her outside of these walls either. But there is me. I will love Dove. I already love her, okay? So much that I will overflow with it. I'll have enough love to last us lifetimes. I will be the first to love Dove when she is free, and I won't be the last. But how do I convince her of that? Love is just a word. It can be empty, heavy, easy to say, or impossible to say. Why is this so fucking real? What the shit? It means nothing when there is no foundation under it to bear its weight. Yo, facts. Facts. Okay, Safine, why you write so good? Why you make pretty gothic art and write so good and poetic and dark to my heart? Can you just write for me, please? I think you're amazing. It means nothing when there is no foundation under it to bear its weight. Love. Sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes it's too simple. Sometimes it's too complicated.
To say you love or loved can mean so many different things to whoever hears it. So how can I define what my love means for Dove? How can I prove to her that this feeling is the feeling I have is hers to have, to take, to use, to consume, to devour? Yo, why is damn? That's extra, but like I love it. I'm in like yes. If I were to cut out my heart and serve it to her on a platter to feast on, I still don't think that would be enough. Okay. I like the dedication. I take a deep breath to calm the frantic beating in my chest. Maybe nothing will be different on the outside. After all, there's no such thing as a normal childhood for children like us. When other kids were playing in the creek to catch crayfish, I could only watch from the distance. The last time I tried to play with them, they ran away. They knew who I was. What I was. Their parents would have told them, warned them to stay away. Not plainly, no, that wouldn't be effective. What is more powerful than the curiosity of a child? Not many things, I think. Wouldn't I know that best? They needed to be creative to keep their children away from beasts like us. To them, we will folklore, songs, scary stories to be told at bedtime. Our nails are iron, our teeth are sharp, our eyes can curse, our voices can steal, our blood can burn. And I suppose after everything I've been through, they're right to be terrified. We truly are nightmares brought to life. We are nightmares that pierce the veil of safety so we can walk outside in the daytime amongst them. You don't even look that different though. At least, not at first. Maybe if no one looks too closely, Dove could pass off as one of them, so she could be accepted into their care. My heart clenches at the thought. No, that would be impossible. Witches themselves try so hard to smother the magic in their own children, and the result only makes them yearn for it more. The witchling is born starved, not for food or affection, but for the ether. That's why we can never be mistaken for human. We wear our hunger for magic on our sleeves. Anyone would be able to instantly tell that we were not the same. After everything that's happened, to try and contain Dove, even outside the wall of this mansion, would be too cruel. If Dove cannot be loved for who she is, what would all of this effort be for? I look to my side. Near me, Dove wraps her arms around her knees and hides her face. You have to leave this place. Addy cute felt like unlurking to say this. Okay. I swear. The TED Talks be real. TED Talks are never ending. You have to leave this place. Not without you. My eyes sweep over the scattered shards of glass and the paintings that have been separated into parts like puzzle pieces. I start to push the large pieces together until the paintings align, not really considering the reason of my actions. Dove's eyes widen, and she tries to push me away from the glass. Stop, you'll get hurt. Addy indeed, cute, decrepit, go back to sleep. Don't bother yourself, they're just stupid drawings. I wince when a shard cuts into the fleshy pad of my paw, but I do not stop. You made them. How can they be stupid? I'm gonna cry. I can't tonight, you guys. I'm crying. I'm tearing up. Fuck, I hate this. My bleeding paw leaves little red marks on the floor as I continue rearranging the broken glass. I'm trying not to cry so I can keep reading. As the paintings are slowly reformed, I take note of what they are. The long limbs of Ziri, the flowing train of mycelium from Babel, the many hands of Odette, the sharp elbows of Grell.
make me. No, I'm doing it by reading to you to sleep. Dove had been painted the trailing gore of her mother's ghosts. Their images became laid out before me, cradled by swirling brushstrokes. Dove uncurls her arms and leans forward on her palms. Her fingers reach out to tentatively brush against the glass. My paws sting with cuts and leave smudges of red on the floor. As Dove admires the fractured paintings, an idea forms in my head. As I burst into action, I wonder how I had never thought to do this before. I press my bloody paw onto the floor and work hastily. I get even more chunks of glass embedded into my paws, but I'm numb to the pain at this point. I bark to get Dove's attention. She turns her head slowly, and I watch shock begin to take over her features. Did we learn to write? Did we figure out we can write? Dove's lips move, not speaking, simply mouthing the word I've written on the floor. Her eyes grow watery. I'm gonna cry from the fact that she's already crying. You... I hop and press little red paw prints against her dress. I then hop back down and tuck my chin into my chest to point at myself. And me. I move to stand behind the word I've written and my tail swings side to side. Friends. Written in blood and all, which has to mean something, right? It's a vampiric contract. It doesn't matter if the word disappears. The blood will cling to every tiny grain in the wood, into the very essence of this house, even after it's long gone. This word is my gift to Dove. For the fireworks, for the safety, for letting me meet her. It can't be taken back. You are my friend, Dove, and I am yours. Until I'm crying! I hate this! Until the world is nothing but memory, dust floating through time. Dove's lips begin to wobble. We're friends? My tail wags. I nod my head slowly and hold her eyes in mine fiercely. Dove sniffles and wipes at her eyes. Then... She asks me a question that catches me completely off guard. What's your name? My eyes grow wide. A wave of emotion goes through me. My whole body suddenly feels like it's been strung tight. My name? My head bows and I stare at the floor. My head bows? My head bows? My head bows. I swallow a gulp, then drag my bloody paw along the boards. When I'm done, Dove's eyes consider what I've written. She stares at my name with wonder, before flicking her gaze to me. Basil? I feel my breath get knocked out of my lungs. I blink rapidly to fight off the wave of sadness. I didn't know I would miss hearing my own name so much. It feels like a piece of my true self has been returned to me. I miss it so much. The sound of my grandmother calling my name, whether with affection or discipline, I miss it all. Dove lets out a small hiccup, and the well inside of her begins to overflow. Tears fall down her cheeks. The sun shines and the obsidian streaks like starlight. Oh! She surges forward and throws her arms around my neck. I desperately wish I could also shed my own tears, but my feelings are trapped inside of this body. I can do no more than softly whimper out my sorrows. Dove sobs into my fur and wipes at the snot that leaks from her nose. Basil. My heart jumps at the way she says my name. My eyes close and I nuzzle my head against her, breathing in the way she smells like old books and withered lilacs to hide the smell of decay that clings to everything in this house. Also, Dove, why are you still so cute? Dove cries her heart out. I begin to wonder if she'll cry herself to death. I think she has enough tears hoarded away to cry endlessly. Eventually, though, her wails start to wane like quiet sniffles. I jump when my ears pick up the sound of something clinking. Dove's fingers clutch the leaf charm on my necklace. It suits you even more than I imagined. I look up at Dove, and she smiles softly before turning her head towards the broken glass. Dove pulls away from me and looks to her side. It's not done yet. My gaze swings to the empty section above the paintings of the monsters. The other parts were easy to fit together because I could recognize the creatures, but some sections were difficult to piece together. Dove moves to kneel before the unfinished section with her back to the window. She leans over the pieces and starts to place the missing parts together. Her hands move confidently to stitch the fragments together. I suppose it makes sense as she's far more familiar with her paintings. When she's done, she leans back. The completed painting finally sits before me. I tilt my head in bewilderment as I take it in. I've never seen this creature before. The longer I gaze upon it, the more unsettled I start to feel. The painting is a shadowed humanoid. It's devoid of details or anything that can help me identify it. The most unique thing about it is the spread of bat-like wings and the long, clawed fingers that stretch out, as if beckoning you to come closer. Are they real? Or just a figment of Dove's imagination? A strong breeze chills me. I need to turn on my light because I'm a little... Not gonna lie, I was sitting in darkness. Not okay with that. Dove twists her neck to look behind her. Her hair flies around her like leaves in the wind. I notice her gaze catch onto something and delicately pat over to the window. A single rose stands on the seat in front of the window. There is nothing to hold it up. Something enchants it to stand perfectly straight as if it's a piece of glass. The petals are white as snow, like the ones in the rooftop garden. My instincts are screaming at me to stay away from it, but Dove moves like clockwork before I can stop her. When it comes to roses, people typically avoid its thorns. There usually isn't a need to stay clear of the soft petals, but I would caution that these ones stay admired from a distance. Dove brings the tip of her fingers to the cluster of tiny teeth that line each petal. The petals waste no time snapping shut around the offered flesh. Dove wrenches her hand back with a gasp, and a small ring of teeth marks wrap around her finger. We both watch as her blood starts to soak through each petal until the rose bleeds into a vibrant red. Honestly, if that's how red roses get their color, I'm kind of here for it. I love it. Where did it come from? My muscles are tense. A noise makes me jump. My eyes snap to the outside of the window. It almost sounded like the flap of wings. My gaze darts from the trees to the sky in search, but nothing stands out. Was it just my imagination? I look to Dove, and her eyes are completely fixed on the rose with an expression I cannot read. I'm gonna pause here because I feel like I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna save. Where's save? Save. We can override. Yes. Okay. Yeah, because there's the first line reads as 4 days, so we're just gonna save here. Been 4 days. I've saved. It's fine. This hasn't changed, so I don't know what story train I'm on. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause there because, like, cool. I'm locked in. I could keep playing this game all night, but I have to adult and still do things tomorrow, and I don't like that.
Self-hydrate. Anyhow, I'm going to quickly go over the schedule. I'm going to keep it on the screen. I don't care. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We are back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. GMT plus 9 time zone with, oh boy, Paper Bride 5. Okay. Which is, for those of you that do not know, it's a horror... It's a puzzle-based horror game that's still story-driven. So I get frustrated and I get scared. It's great! Get the up ready? It is. The up is ready. You guys gotta be ready to count it. Because I don't... I don't count it. I'm too busy being scared. But if you can't make that, or you don't want to make that because it's a horror game, we will be back on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. GMT plus 9 time zone with Reverse 1999. We are continuing the story before Assassin's Creed comes, because Assassin's Creed comes on my freaking vacation start, but whatever. But if you cannot make that, I think this catches most of us. This doesn't catch Asia. But on Saturday at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern, 5:30 a.m. GMT plus 9 time zone, we'll be continuing our replay of Disco Elysium. It's a very story-heavy week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying it. I'm also gonna be sad that it won't be DICENTRA. But, yeah, I need to keep going with DICENTRA. I'm so fucking locked in. It's crazy. But while I will be back the week after, but only part way. But I also realize I am so behind in VODs. So there will be VOD updates. Feel free to watch that while I'm on vacation too. Or you can also join the Discord or the thing. Also, okay, speaking of, I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna bring up this. So I have put up the poll in the Discord. So while the link is up, feel free to join if you're still awake or whatever. I have put the poll up for the theme for the voice pack, which will be free. I don't think it's gonna be 5 minutes, but I'm gonna try to keep it to 5 minutes. And I'll be uploading it on the Patreon, which will be free. Because I don't think I'll keep the Ko-fi separate. And after that poll will only be up for about 6 days now, I believe. It's either 6 or 5 days left in the voting. And then after that, I will find time to put up the poll for safe for work art themes. And then after that, I will find time to put up the poll for the movie night, etc., etc. But yes, there is no poll for the horror game because we are not there yet. So, fuckers that are already suggesting horror game, we're not there yet. I am free from your suggestions for now. But that is okay. That is good. But hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly see if there are other people. I did not do the thing. There we go, we did the thing. I'm gonna quickly see if there are people that are vibe checked, that passed the vibe check. But also, I hope that most of you have fallen asleep at this point because, like, yes, as you should. This was ideal for sleeping because I was so fucking locked in on this. It's kind of scary. All the people that I know that are streaming are not in super cozy vibes. I mean, they're still cozy, but they're not as cozy. Does there happen to be people? There is no one else streaming in this category. Of course not. Well, there is no raid tonight. We are just gonna eat. We're gonna eat well. So, remember. Let me get big. I'm just gonna get here. Hi. It's gonna get slightly bigger. Remember. Here. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. If it's late, sleep. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. Sleep comfortably. Thank you for the care package, Doc. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, but if it's early in the day. Still remember to stretch and hydrate, but also eat well and continue to be good vibes. As I hydrate myself before bed. Lead by example. I am stretching. I am hydrating. When I get out of this, when I end the stream, I will be stretching. I also should use my standing desk more when I'm actually streaming rather than just when I'm working, because that's what it's here for. But yes, but sleep if it's late, eat if it's early, but also thoroughly hydrate and stretch. Have a good night, I can't do it with this face. Have a good night, a good day, and good time zones. Bye bye!